Good evening. I'm Father Eric Sundrup. I'm the pastor here at Bellarmine Chapel, and I am happy to virtually welcome you into our space for our third annual Share the Journey concert, organized collaboratively with Bobby Fischer, the Pearson Young Project, and so many other talented musicians and artists. We are happy to be hosting this concert because we are committed to standing with migrants and refugees, as a parish community and as Catholics dedicated to Pope Francis's vision of sharing the journey. Over the next 2 nights, you will hear from some incredible artists from across the country, working together to raise funds for 3 migrant-serving organizations: the Keno Border Initiative, LULAC, and Catholic Charities Southwestern Ohio's Su Casa Hispanic Center. We hope you enjoy these performances, and we hope you will join us in sharing the journey by making a donation tonight and reaching out to our migrant brothers and sisters wherever you can.
Welcome. Welcome to Share the Journey, a concert for compassion. I'm Sinek Eber-Ab. I'm with WCPO 9 News.
And I'm Michael Jonathan, a folk singer, and it's a very important evening that we have tonight, especially the subject. And let me say first, I know this is a political year. What they're going to see tonight has nothing to do about politics, so please ignore that part. This is a very heartfelt, sincere, very human issue that we're involved in. It's part of the fabric of America's front porch in a way. It's that community spirit and caring for actual people. And the politics stuff sometimes doesn't really matter when you're caring for someone hurting. Certainly, and tonight we're raising money for 3 wonderful organizations that are providing direct humanitarian aid to those who are migrating and refugees. Ooh, are we having an audio issue? Good? All right. As I was saying, yeah, we're raising money for organizations, 3 wonderful organizations that are providing direct aid to those who need it as they try to cross borders and start a new life. And we've got a wonderful lineup of musicians who have dedicated their time to supporting those people tonight, starting with? Well, we're going to start out with a very popular singer-songwriter in this world, originally from Guam. His family's from Guam, and he's here. He's an amazing artist. We'll introduce the other 2 artists when we're done with this block of 3 great songs. But right now, let's check out Jesse Manabusan from Guam.
Hey, share the journey. Hey everybody, it's your friend Jesse Manabusan. I want to share this song called All Are Welcome, written by my daughter Jenna and myself. So before I sing it, check this out. You see those 3 characters behind me? Don't look them straight in the eye. Don't let them see you. Don't make eye contact. Don't do it. That's Owl and Eeyore and Winnie. Man, when they first met each other, they were so full of fear. There was a lot of animosity, hostility, and all because they were just focusing on their fear. They spent a little bit of time together, and the 100-acre wood finally became this small little patch of community. They got to know a little bit about each other, and slowly but surely their friendship started to grow, and their sense of connection and interconnection grew. Their sense of compassion and understanding and community. Heck, you might say they found their union, maybe even go so far as to say they found communion. We could learn a lot from the 100-acre wood. All are welcome in this place. Behold love's amazing grace. All are welcome. All are welcome. Bring your hopes, bring your dreams. Mercy flows and love redeems. All are welcome. All belong. Welcome all the broken hearted, all whose sorrow and despair. You are not alone, for you are God's own. Together we sing and we proclaim all are welcome in this place. Behold love's amazing grace. All are welcome, all are welcome. Bring your hopes, bring your dreams. Mercy flows and love redeems. All are welcome, all belong. Welcome all who suffer violence, all who long for safety and for peace. You are not alone, for you are God's own. Together we sing and we proclaim all are welcome in this place. Behold love's amazing grace. All are welcome, all are welcome. Bring your hopes, bring your dreams. Mercy flows and love redeems. All are welcome, all belong. Welcome all who are forgotten, excluded, indignity denied. You are not alone, for you are God's own. Together we sing and we proclaim all are welcome in this place. Behold love's amazing grace. All are welcome, all are welcome. Bring your hopes, bring your dreams. Mercy flows and love redeems. All are welcome, all belong. Welcome all who work for justice, bringing hope, charity and peace. You are not alone, for you are God's own. Together we sing and we proclaim all are welcome in this place. Behold love's amazing grace. All are welcome, all are welcome. Bring your hopes, bring your dreams. Mercy flows and love redeems. All are welcome, all belong. All are welcome, all belong. 100 Acre Wood, if it can happen there, it can happen here and everywhere.
Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. I'm a long way from home, a long ways from home. I'm almost gone, a long ways from home. I need a friend, I'm all alone, a long ways from home. I need my children and my home. I'm a long ways from home.
Me llamo Elba Alicia Pagano, State Director for LULAC, Ohio. LULAC, the League of United Latin American Citizens, is so proud to be one of the featured organizations for tonight's benefit concert. Since 1929, our 91-year-old organization, the largest and oldest civil rights organization for the Hispanic Latino community in the United States. Our work encompasses education, civil rights, social and economic justice, to name a few. LULAC provides educational opportunities, policy advocacy, and we promote civic engagement through census and voter registrations, and active participation in our democratic process. Our most beloved contribution to education is the Little School of 400. The 400 represents the 400 English words they taught children going to school for the first time in the United States as Spanish speakers. Lyndon B. Johnson later launched the National Head Start program in 1965, modeled after the Little School of 400 because he was a Little School of 400 teacher as a young man. Education is important to LULAC, and we provide leadership opportunities with youth councils, collegiate councils, young adult councils, and traditional LULAC membership councils. We believe that everyone has a voice and a responsibility in making our community, our nation, and our world a better place. Our members partner with many organizations to meet our community's needs and also to empower our motto, all for one and one for all. You can learn more about LULAC at lulacohio.com. A shout out to my students. Hola estudiantes at TMHS. And a shout out to our sponsors. Que viva LULAC. Que viva the Bellarmine Chapel, Bobby Fischer, and the Pearson Young Project, and all the amazing talented people who helped to make this wonderful concert a possibility. Thank you all for being here. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. And share the journey.
Well, I tell you, Jesse Manabusen, what a voice.
And that second song, what was it? Sometimes I Feel Like a Motherless Child, we were saying, I feel like quite literally describes the hardships, that these immigrants are facing and why this help is so needed.
And on the promo clip that they just showed, they talked about, the importance of these issues as it came up from the civil rights movement. And that song became very prominent in America during that civil rights movement when so much music was used to emphasize the human need of what was going on. And that's really what's happening here. We're raising money. If you look at your YouTube screen, if you go to the bottom, you see Share the Journey title. If you go on the right, there's a little arrow, and if you press that arrow, you'll be able to make a donation to the organizations that are helping people that need help. This is not politics, it's not nationals, it has nothing to do with borders and walls. It has to do with literal people hurting that haven't done anything wrong except that they're scared and they're looking for something better. And you know, there's all kinds of arguments either way, but that doesn't change the fact that there's a mother somewhere with an infant that needs help.
Indeed. And this is the third year, am I getting that right, of a Concert for Compassion? And usually it's live, but because of the pandemic right now, we are doing it in this sort of adjusted virtual format. And we thank all of the musicians who have lent their time to this cause, especially during such a hard time for musicians and the arts community. So this is really just an amazing time to gather together and support the community of migrants out there. And next up doing so is Ricky Nye.
A Cincinnati boy, which is where we're being hosted by, you know, Xavier University right here in Cincinnati. And this is a great Cincinnati artist that's going to start the next block.
Hello folks, my name is Ricky Nye, and I'm very happy to be a part of the Share the Journey virtual concert and fundraiser. And I'm going to do some hopeful blues for you here. This is something called Trouble in Mind. Trouble in mind, I'm blue, but I won't be blue always, 'cause that sun's gonna shine in my back door someday. Now trouble in mind, I'm slow, and my lamp was burning low. I never had so much trouble in my whole life before. I'm going down to the river, gonna bring me a rocking chair, and if the blues overtakes me, I'm gonna rock away from here. Now trouble in mind, I'm blue, but I won't be blue always, 'cause that sun's gonna shine in my back door someday. Sun's gonna shine in my back door someday.
Hi, my name is Betsy Lippett. I live in Cincinnati, Ohio. I want to first thank the producers of Share the Journey for including me in this concert. It's a great thing, and I really appreciate being included. I'm going to sing a song that I wrote. It's titled To Be Free. I chose it for its meditative quality and also for its message of hope. This song relaxes me and reminds me to make an effort to find a place of peace in myself in these troubled times, in an effort that it also might benefit others in the planet that we share. Thanks.
To be free, you've got to be, and to be, you've got to know. There is love within you waiting to grow. It takes a conscious effort every day to find the moment when I can say I don't know your way, but I do believe in being free. I'm seeking truth inside of me, for there is someone to guide me. I can hear the voice if I will only believe that to be free, you've got to be, and to be, you've got to know. There is love within you begging to grow. I'm at an intervallic point in time, knowing these words aren't always mine, but in patience I learn, and tomorrow I hope it means more. 'Cause I feel an aching in my heart when I see our love lying in the dark. Oh, we are crying while we are dying just to be free. When we know to be free, you've got to be, and to be, you've got to know. There is love within you put there to grow. So take the knowledge that you found and share it in your way, in your own town, for right beside you, you'll find there's someone who's ready to grow. To grow, to be free, you've got to be, and to be, you've got to show all the love within you that was put there to grow. So I'll make my conscious effort every day to find the moment when I can say I do not know your way, but I do believe in being free. Free to believe and to be, to show. There is still love within us to grow.
Hi, this is Dave Hawkins. Welcome to my studio. I am so happy, blessed, and feel a bit of pride to be here with you tonight as part of this concert for immigrants and refugees. My good friend Bobby Fischer, and member of my band, The Perfect Men, asked me to be a part of the concert again this year. And he, along with Steve Young and Greg Pearson, are the driving force behind this wonderful concert and fundraiser for immigrants and refugees. I also feel so glad that I was able to help get a hold of some other friends of mine who normally wouldn't be able to come to a concert at a physical location because they'd be on the road or somewhere else. But because we're online, they were able to join us tonight. John McCutcheon, as well as some other really great artists who are normally on the road at this time, are here with us for this concert. I want to do a song for you called Me and You, which I wrote back in 2001. Timothy Thomas, a young, unarmed black man, 19-year-old black man, was shot by police, and for several days, weeks afterwards, there was unrest in the neighborhood of Over the Rhine in Cincinnati. My wife and I lived in College Hill in Cincinnati, and it was a wonderful, diverse community, and I was thinking about everybody getting along together, no matter what our race, religion, or political stripe was. And that's why I wrote this song called Me and You, and I want to share it with you now as we think of all of our friends, black and brown, and wherever they're from around the world, welcoming them into this wonderful country called the United States of America. Thank you. They say that we're worlds apart, but I live just next door to you. Why don't we get together, find the common bond we share, we two, me and you. We're so much the same. This line that's been drawn is insane. Why don't we talk about it? We can figure out what we can do, me and you. Every woman, child, and man, come and take my hand. Peace can come to our world. We can make it real and make it true, me and you. They say that we're worlds apart, but I live just next door to you. Why don't we get together, find the common bond we share, we two, me and you. Me and you. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Give what you can, help the cause, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. God bless. Peace.
Such a timely and poignant message with that performance. You just heard from Ricky Nye Betsy Lippitt and Dave Hawkins there. And now a special treat, a live performance by Michael Jonathan. He's performing an original called Front Porch.
Thank you very much, Sina. I truly believe in the power of the spirit of America's front porch, and that's what this song is about. It looks at the front porch three ways: the literal front porch on your home, the emotional front porch of finding the love of your life, and then there's something that I think we need very much right now, and that's a front porch between nations. There's a front porch around the old home place. All my troubles seem to disappear without a trace. And children play all summer long. The world feels right, like nothing's wrong. And fireflies dance on a starry night. Round the old front porch tonight. Round the old front porch tonight. There's a front porch round my true love's eyes. I could sit and watch that girl all my life. And in her eyes this world seems right. And she's a gentle and such a peaceful sight. And since the day that girl became my wife, I've had a front porch round my life. I've had a front porch round my life. We need a front porch round the world. We need a front porch round America. We gotta slow it down and learn to set a spell. Start serving lemonade instead of hell. I wish these leaders would outlaw fear. I wish they'd lead from a rocking chair. We need a front porch round the world. We need a front porch round the world. We need a front porch round this world. Speaking of front porches, probably the dean of the music of America's front porch is the fellow that you're about to see. I became familiar with him when he was associated with a small organization in Whitesburg, Kentucky called Apple Shop. He did this wonderful film with an old mountain man on the dulcimer. His name was I.D. Stamper. And Cy Khan's music was really introduced to the world by this fellow. I learned the song Gone Gonna Rise Again, New Wood, that I got to record with Odetta because of a performance by this guy. And he recently did a great album in tribute to Pete Seeger, and he's got a wonderful song called Immigrant that you're about to enjoy now. Please sit back and watch John McCutcheon.
I'm an immigrant. I I am a stranger in this place. Here but for the grace of God go I. I am an immigrant. I have left everything I own. To everything I've known I say goodbye. She said, give me your tired, don't you know I'm weary? When she said, give me your poor, she's talking to me. One of your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. And I never have lost sight of what this journey has been for. See how she lifts her lamp beside the golden door. I am an Irishman. When the famine put us to the test, way into the west like wild birds flying, we put our backs to the wheel. The heart that always yearned for home, we have made this place our own, about died trying. She said, give me your tired, don't you know I'm weary? When she said, give me your poor, she's talking to me. One of your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. And I never have lost sight of what this journey has been for. See how she lifts her lamp beside the golden door. And I am Chinese. I have worked your mills, your yards, your mines. I have laid your railroad lines with my two good hands. And I am a Chicano. In your orchards and your fields, I have gathered in the yields for this hungry land. She said, give me your tired, don't you know I'm weary? When she said, give me your poor, she's talking to me. One of your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. And I never have lost sight of what this journey has been for. See how she lifts her lamp beside the golden door. I am Nigerian, I am Iranian, a Jew, from Havana, from Kathmandu. I am your story, I am a long, long line, one you have forgotten that is true. I am everything you knew, I am your glory. She said, give me your tired, don't you know we're weary? When she said, give me your poor, she's talking to you and me. We are the huddled masses yearning to breathe free. And we never must lose sight of what this journey has been for, as we lift her lamp beside the golden door. Well, there's room for you in this song too. Here's your part. Oh, I am an immigrant. I am an immigrant. I am, oh, I am an immigrant. I am an immigrant. I am.
far away, in distant lands, the tempest tossed with hopeful hearts and calloused hands reached for the light, the torch held high, and cast their gaze upon the lady of the harbor, and she welcomes them with open arms. She says, "Let my children in." Shine on, shine on, oh you lady of the harbor. And so it was with my own kin. They sailed from Sweden and from France and Ireland, their earthly cares packed in their bags. They cast their gaze upon the lady of the harbor, and she welcomes them with open arms. She says, "Let my children in." Shine on, shine on, oh you lady of the harbor. Now we're locking down the borders and filling up the jails, and we say they don't belong. How conveniently do we forget that we've all come to sing that same sweet song. Will the dream survive the strain? Will huddled masses have a chance to learn its sweet refrain? Or will we fall into our fears and turn our backs against the lady of the harbor? And she welcomes them with open arms. She says, "Let my children in." Shine on, shine on, oh you lady of the harbor. Shine on, shine on, oh you lady of the harbor. Shine on, shine on, oh you lady of the harbor. Oh you lady of the harbor.
Beautiful song. Beautiful song. That featured Bobby Fischer. Our own Bobby Fischer was playing on that. And of course, John McCutcheon prior to that. Very much in the tradition musically. So we're here talking to Steve Young, one of the organizers of this great event. Very much in the tradition of, like, you know, years ago, Woody Guthrie, Pastors of Plenty and Deportee. I mean, the issue of immigrants in America and around the world is not a new problem.
It's interesting you say that, because one of the things that inspired me to be a part of this was probably 4 or 5 years ago, I was watching a dramatization of the Aeneid, which is thousands of years old. And it was the whole story of Aeneas fleeing Troy to Rome with his father and his child. And the dramatization I saw, they contemporized it. So it's happening in real time, or in a more contemporary setting like today. And the whole story, he's carrying this baby with him through the whole journey. And it made me think that some problems just keep around for a long, long time. And it made me think of my own family and wondering, gosh, who was it that helped my great-grandparents when they were immigrating? Who gave them a cup of coffee or gave them directions or helped them when they needed it to get to where they got to? And it just kind of led me to say, if I ever get the chance, I want to help others who are on that journey to make the next step and maybe give them directions or give them support. So when Bobby Fischer called me and said, hey, we're thinking of doing this musical event, would you and the Pearson Young Project like to be a part of it? I said, sure, do you have a venue? And he said no, so I reached out to Bellarmine, and they were more than willing to host us, so we've been doing it ever since here, and it's just been a great opportunity to really help those who are struggling.
And it's amazing how musicians are so willing, especially now with this pandemic, so many musicians themselves are out of work. So many musicians are struggling during this time, and yet everybody that you're seeing tonight is here from their heart, not their wallet. They're here to sincerely help out.
And the diversity in our MCs and in our performers, the various cultures that are represented, it truly is amazing, because however you came to this country, and we have, you know, folks who go back 9, 10 generations of being, you know, on this continent. We have people who were brought here as slaves. We have people who are DACA recipients. We have such a range in history. And when we rejoice and share our journey and share our stories with one another, that's when we become, you know, the country that we're meant to be, and the lady in the harbor shines.
It's all about that compassion, for sure. Like you were talking about your own roots and how that made you sort of identify with what's going on now, and continuing on with your work with the Pearson Young Project. We have a little bit more for that for you to see next.
All of us are hoping there's a better world. Different cultures, different religions, whether they're talking about being with their ancestors or the image of a city. And this song builds on that image of a city, the New Jerusalem. And it also kind of challenges us, because it says, if you want to see the New Jerusalem, you have to be the New Jerusalem. So let us all go out there and be the better world we hope to see.
That there is no scarcity, enough for you and enough for me, enough in the New Jerusalem. When will we come to see? When will we come to see the New Jerusalem? We see the suicide of humanity.
We are having such a great time sharing the journey with you this weekend. So many good friends and neighbors here. And I think you have a story about friends and neighbors and where this song that we're going to share came from.
And this song itself came from a madrigal dinner at Old Dominion University when a bunch of us who had probably had a bit too much mead to drink sat around and thought, gee, what a wonderful event this is, the great time of the year for it. But don't you wonder if all those people around the world have different heavens to go to when the end comes along? And could they get together for a night like this if they were all in separate places? Could they even use their cell phones? And
Wi-Fi.
That's right. And so this song grew out of it. And one critic even asked the question, was this the song perhaps Mother Maybelle Carter would have written had she been a Baha'i? It goes something like this. I'll begin tomorrow, I'll be on my way. Thy light, thy will be done. I'll bid farewell to sorrow, I will sing and pray. When all thy names are one, when all thy names are one, O Lord, when all thy names are one, bid farewell to sorrow, I will sing and pray. When all thy names are one, and for those who long for the days gone by, thy light, thy will be done. And for those who stare at the starry sky, where all thy names are one, where all thy names are one. And for those who stare at the starry sky, where all thy names are one, the whole world round we shall praise thy name. Thy light, thy will be done. In 1,000 tongues yet they sound the same. When all thy names are one, when all thy names are one, O Lord, when all thy names are one. In 1,000 tongues, yet they sound the same. When all thy names are one. For we all live in one building, though some preach of doom. Thy light, thy will be done. Then why must all thy children dwell in separate rooms, if all thy names are one? When all thy names are one, O Lord, when all thy names are one, why must all thy children dwell in separate rooms, when all thy names are one? We all drink the same water from the same deep well. Thy light, thy will be done. Then why must one soul's heaven be another's hell, when all thy names are one? When all thy names are one, O Must one soul's heaven be another's hell when all thy names are one?
Pues porque enfrenté una situación muy difícil y me sentí en la obligación de abandonar mi país. Nosotros no somos los culpables de querer venir a este país, sino que nos sentimos en la obligación de salir y abandonar nuestro país, aún abandonar a nuestra familia. Dejar todo nuestro, tal vez todo lo poco que hemos podido lograr a obtener en nuestro país, dejamos todo atrás, sin pensarlo. La verdad que todos somos iguales, en esta tierra todos somos iguales, independientemente nuestro estatus de migratorio, o seamos legales o no seamos legales en este país, todos somos iguales. Y lamentablemente pues es algo decepcionante porque Dios creó el mundo para todos.
The situation that we're in right now is that politics and policies are designed to generate despair. They're designed to make people give up. They're designed to silence them, to deter them. And our invitation in Mexico and in the United States and across the world is to be communities of hope. And we can be communities of hope by coming alongside folks who have dreams of a better life and a better world, by people who have powerful voices, and by helping them in their dreams, by joining them in those dreams, and continuing to maintain the light and the belief that our world could be a better place.
So when families are here and waiting in Nogales, Sonora for months at a time, it can be and is a time of great uncertainty about the future, about what's going to happen. At the same time, I think we continue to be struck and moved by the strength, by the perseverance, by the hope that people we serve have here. And they continue to inspire us. They continue to motivate us every day to fulfill this mission.
De superar todo esto y aún mantenerme siempre en pie. Y yo siempre, lo que me da fuerza es porque siempre estuve pidiendo a Dios mucho. Y a pesar de todo lo que pasé, esto me ha hecho para crecer. Y me gustaría en un futuro, pues, poder ayudar a los demás, poder ayudar a aquellas personas que en verdad lo necesitan, así como yo lo necesité un día, poder abrirles mis brazos a muchas personas. Dios nos demanda de que si mi dolor tiene que ser el dolor de los demás, y si yo estoy bien, tengo que querer que los demás estén bien. A eso se basa el amor de Dios.
So many powerful videos about this cause and the reason that we're all working together. And oh boy, what Bobby Fischer and Steve and this whole crew have done to help out these very worthy organizations. You know, the reason that we're here is to raise money. So and I hope people will be willing to give. You go to the title right here below your YouTube screen. Go to the title to the right. There's a little arrow. Just press on that arrow and give, you know, a couple of dollars if you can. You know, this is all going to a real good purpose. That's why everybody's here.
Going to the work that you just saw in that video, incredible and such critical work done by the Kino Border Initiative, one of the causes we're raising money here for tonight. And one of the artists, another artist lending her voice to the cause tonight, Chris Collier, a local singer-songwriter here in Cincinnati, nominated for countless Cincinnati Entertainment Awards and Cameo Awards. So here is Chris Collier.
Take a knee
democracy. Raise a flag for unity. Sing an anthem for equality. Turn the stone for you and me. 'Cause we've all come here from different nations. We've all settled here to make our home. We've displaced those who are native, and we call this land our home. There are times when we're called together. There are times we stand alone. Now how we act is how we're measured. And there are times to turn the stone. There are times to turn the stone. This is time to turn the stone.
Hello friends, my name is Sarah Hart and I'm so very happy to be with you for this beautiful concert and for this beautiful cause. And before you hear my song, I just want to say a special thank you to Bobby Fischer and to all of the people who worked so hard on this committee to put this wonderful concert together. I'm really honored to be part of it. The song you're going to hear me play is a song I wrote with my friend Robbie Earl, and the song is called Beyond Me. It's simply a song about reaching beyond ourselves. Who do we need to be? How do we need to love? How can we be a loving presence to others in this world? It's a song about trying to teach our own hearts to reach past our comfort zone. I hope you enjoy it.
And that was Chris Collier and Sarah Hart that you were just watching and seeing there. And if you haven't already, now might be a good time to get a box of tissues because all of these performances, it's one powerful performance after the next. Yes, and so many, just hits you right in the heart.
You know, Henry David Thoreau, who's my favorite writer, he said the glory of art is to elevate the day. And that's what these artists are doing. You know, during World War II, Winston Churchill, who was the Prime Minister of Britain at the time, was asked by a reporter, they said, are you going to remove the arts from the war, from the budget in order to pay for the war? And he looked at the writer square in the eye and he says, then what the heck are we fighting for? You know, the arts is important, these songwriters are important, and they are so sincere in their desire to help. And the next artist up is probably among one of the premier groups that have given themselves to causes and social issues through time. You know, they're in the tradition of Woody Guthrie, which gave birth to the Weavers in the 1950s, which gave birth to the Kingston Trio. And then an artist manager named Albert Grossman got together two guys and a girl. One of them was Mary Travers, who's from Louisville, not far from Cincinnati. And Peter Yarrow, and then this next artist that's going to be our very special guest here in a minute, Noel Paul Stookey. And they created something called Peter, Paul, and Mary, which became one of the, not only one of the most prominent groups of the 1960s, but they were instrumental in introducing Bob Dylan to the world. Boy, this mask is just not going to stay on.
Determined to slip off.
I'm telling you, this wants to come off in the worst way. Get this pandemic over with, please. But yeah, they introduced Bob Dylan with the song "Blowin' in the Wind," became a big, huge hit record. They had a lot of other songs, like they introduced John Denver to the world with "Leaving on a Jet Plane," and so many historic parts of the American music canon was in the hands of Peter, Paul, and Mary. And Noel came up with a song on his own called The Wedding Song that is performed literally at hundreds of thousands of weddings all over the world. And he's a very dynamic artist. When Wood Songs did our 600th broadcast, Peter Yarrow came on. We've always wanted Noel to be on the Wood Songs broadcast, and hopefully he will someday when this mess gets over with and we go back into production. But he's got a great CD called At Home. So the song that you're about to hear him perform is on this record. And I think what's important, which shows the generosity of the artists, Noel is donating 10% of the sales of this CD to this cause that you're watching right now. Not only can you donate directly to this cause, but you can get Noel's DVD or his CD, and through that you will also be donating, which is a wonderful thing. He's got a song on this album called Familia del Corazon, and I hope I pronounced that right, Noel. What a great guy, a great artist, very powerful performer, Noel Paul Stookey.
We have sailed this sea of dreams forever. Una familia del corazón. Brother and sister together, believing in that promise set in stone. So we've come to build a nation, forged by many hands through many years, with justice as a firm foundation.
Hello, my name is Emily Sierra. I want to thank you for the opportunity of having me as part of the virtual concert for the fundraiser for the refugees, migrants, and immigrants. Thank you very much.
Boy, I love some good saxophone and a good beat. That was really, really nice. You were just listening to Noel Paul Stuckey, Donna Pena, and Emily Sierra there. Lovely. And right now we're joined by Bobby Fischer, one of the main organizers of this event. If you could just, yes, big round of applause. Big round of applause. This is no easy feat.
It's a lot of work to do this thing they call playing. You know, and you are to be commended for your efforts. This is your third year. And I know that your crew is you know, just very proficient and professional, and you're trying very hard to raise money for three good causes. Why these three? Why these three organizations that you're raising money?
Well, all three of these organizations are involved in very important work for the immigrant and refugee community, and that's what this concert is all about. It's about sharing the journey, a concert for compassion, and I feel like we're at a time right now where I think our country, our world could use a good, solid shot of compassion. And, you know, Noel sang about Familia del Corazon, a family of the heart, and that's what this night, I think, is about, too, is coming together for a really good cause, and families and friends making music together. We have a number of families who have been part of this. Valimar Jansen, her husband Frank, Donna Pena, her husband Pedro, and daughter Lara, and coming up will be two brothers, Michael and Petey Ronstadt, the Ronstadt brothers, who Michael also happens to be married to my daughter, and Serenity and I, we also will be performing with our band tomorrow night, and Michael is also part of the band. Our families have come together just over the years, and Michael came to Cincinnati at first to play on one of Serenity's records, and they struck up a friendship, and we got to know their family, and they got to know ours. And one of our fun nights on Father's Day, when I first met Michael's brother Petey and their father, the late Mike Ronstadt, we just spent the evening together, sharing food, sharing some drink, and just playing music together. And
for those that are perhaps watching for the first time, the Ronstadts are related to the actual Linda Ronstadt, the famous singer.
That's correct. In fact, the song that they'll be performing next, A la Orilla de un Palmar, is the song that Petey and Linda and their cousin Bobby performed at the end of Linda's documentary.
Now, before we get into that song, there's folks watching, and I guess, you know, the common thought is going to be, why do you care about this? You're in Cincinnati. It's a very nice, beautiful city. You know, people are, you know, fairly well employed here, and you know, things are kind of okay. You know, why does Bobby Fischer care about this enough to put things like this fundraiser together?
Well, you know, like I said, it's about family, and one of the things that really both touched and broke my heart was seeing families separated. Families who wanted to come here for a better life, or even to escape danger in their home countries, only to come here to be separated. And the one thing that especially touched me, Michael, was when I saw this image of a 5-year-old girl crying her eyes out, standing alone, crying for her mommy and her daddy. And my granddaughter at the time was 5 years old, and I just thought to myself, well, you know, just that could be my granddaughter. You know?
Well, there's some people that are tuning in because they know the artists that are going to be performing, or they like the music. Why should they care enough to donate $5 or $10 to the cause?
Well, I think it's, again, about finding that place in your heart to look beyond just our own self-interests, and to try to place ourselves in the position of other people and what they might be going through. Plus, the fact that you've got an amazing array of musicians and artists who have donated, very generously donated their time to that. And, you know, I just want to thank each and every one of you. And I also want to thank you, Michael, and you, Sina, for graciously hosting this evening tonight. And also want to thank all of our viewers who have tuned in.
Well, they're doing a good job, and I know that they've been donating to the cause, and the number keeps on rising, and I'm sure you're very happy, but why don't you go ahead and introduce the next song for us?
Okay. This next song, performed by the Ronstadt Brothers with Serenity Fisher and Bobby Fisher.
That would be you.
That'd be me. A la orilla de un palmar, and it's the song, from what I get of the translation, it's about a young girl who is orphaned. She's lost her mother and her father, and she's alone on a palmar, which I believe is like a palm of your hand, and there's nobody there to care for her. So here we have Ronstadt Brothers with Serenity and Bobby Fisher performing A la orilla de un palmar.
A la orilla de un palmar is a beautiful song written by Manuel Ponce, and the Ronstadt family has been singing it together for many generations. Anytime we combine food, drinks, and maybe a guitar in our hands, we love to get all the voices together and sing in harmony. Here is our family rendition, and joining us is another family who you know very well, Bobby Fisher and Serenity Fisher.
A la orilla de un palmar yo vi una joven bella, su boquita de coral, sus ojitos dos estrellas. Al pasar le pregunté que quién estaba con ella, y me respondió llorando, sola vivo en el palmar. Soy huérfanita, no tengo padre ni madre, ni un amigo hay que me venga a consolar. Solita paso la vida a la orilla de un palmar, y solita voy y vengo como las olas del mar. Soy huérfanita, no tengo padre ni madre, ni un amigo hay que me venga a consolar. Solita paso la vida a la orilla de un palmar, y solita voy y vengo como las olas del mar.
written by Mexican songwriter Maria Grever, is a love letter from a mother to her son, read in his voice. It's a tale of loss, of abandonment. The young man has married and moved away with his bride. Haunted by a dream that his mother has died, he searches for her in vain. Through a letter left behind with a neighbor, he learns that his mother ends up homeless, sheltering in a church. Before her death, she leaves word of her forgiveness and a kiss for a future grandson.
Todo por ti.
háblale mucho de mí. Dile que no te abandone como tú me hiciste a mí. Y si tiene los ojos negros y si se parece a ti, dale un beso que tu madre le dejó ante morir.
Good job.
Another incredible set of performers there. And we do want to give a special shout out, a special thank you to all the incredible performers who have taken part in tonight, lending their time and their talent. I mean, it's a hard time, this pandemic, for artists and performers. And even still, the ones here tonight dedicated to this cause, or some even donating a portion of their proceeds, which is just amazing, and the act of compassion that we're all here for tonight.
You know, and that's a subject near and dear to my heart, and I think it applies in the effort to get folks watching to donate a little bit to this cause, because what these musicians are doing. Did you know that there are no record store chains left in America. They're all gone.
No.
And these artists are trying to make CDs and stuff. There's no stores to sell them in.
Wow.
And then this pandemic shut down literally everything, and they're expecting over half of America's music venues by summer 2021 to be lost, to be shut down completely. Boy, this mask will not stay on.
Try as you might.
So you have these musicians here donating their time. They are themselves in trouble. And this idea of humanity and compassion and community is so important to these musicians that are struggling, that hopefully you that are watching will feel like this is a good cause, and maybe you'll donate a new mask to me. Because this thing's obviously not going to stay on.
You are, yes, you could definitely use one. And it's as easy as just clicking that little arrow on the side of your screen there and clicking on the link and donating a little bit, because we're trying to do as much as we can. We've raised about $3,000 so far, and we're trying to go even higher, because this is a very critical cause and through really great organizations. And next, lending her voice to this is an incredible liturgist, composer, and director out of Washington, D.C. This is Lene Gray.
We are one in the Spirit. We are one in the Lord. We are
Hi, my name is Tatiana Cameron, just Tai Chi,
Hi, I'm David Langley.
and we come to you from Nashville, Tennessee. I want to thank the organizers and all of you who are joining this beautiful event. We're honored to be part of it. I'm an immigrant from Croatia, and I love to share that I came here to America for the American dream. I wanted to be part of it. I wanted to be part of people working together to create opportunities for everyone, and not just to pursue our own dreams for our own benefit, but for the benefit and the good of all humanity. And I really, truly believe that we can do that. Even when we get discouraged by all the injustices and the reality of our world, we can keep healing inside and lifting each other up and loving more fiercely and more passionately, so that we do provide this American dream for everyone. Here's a song that I wrote a few years ago called Breathe. We've been waiting for too long, we've been lied to, we've been wrong, we've got nothing but bags of fools. Go, I'm done playing for the prize, I'm cutting off ropes and ties, letting go, free my soul. Standing tall, clearing voices in my head. Where are clouds that will bring the rain? I want a clear, clear heart and a clear, clear mind, so I can breathe, breathe air, unafraid and unrestrained, propelled by love and enlightened by grace, so I can breathe, breathe air again. And I don't really care if you don't like my song. Just because you're right, it doesn't make me wrong. It's okay if you don't like my style. My belief still doesn't make us who we are. I want a clear, clear heart and a clear, clear mind, so I can breathe, breathe air, unafraid and unrestrained, propelled by love and enlightened by grace, so I can breathe, breathe air again. We've been told all will be just fine if we only keep our voices down, but I have to sing and I have to laugh. I'm stepping out of the line, you can have my place, I don't really mind. I'm on my way to see what I can find. Standing tall, clearing voices in my head. Where are clouds that will bring the rain? I want a clear, clear heart and a clear, clear mind, so I can breathe, breathe air, unafraid and unrestrained, propelled by love and enlightened by grace, so I can breathe, breathe air again. Breathe, 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 breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe again. Oh, breathe, breathe, breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe again. one thing that I like to share, during the conflict in my country, the most important that we were told was to keep focused on love and not let fear creep into our hearts and guide our actions and decisions. Thank you again for opening your hearts and supporting this great event and these wonderful organizations. And on that note,
you've got to try a little kindness, show a little kindness, shine your light for everyone to see. And if you try a little kindness, then you'll overlook the blindness of narrow-minded people on a narrow-minded street. Don't walk around it down and out. Lend a helping hand instead of doubt.
and the kindness that you show every day will help someone along the way.
You've got to try a little kindness, show a little kindness, shine your light for everyone to see. And if you try a little kindness, then you'll overlook the blindness of narrow-minded people on the narrow-minded streets.
Hello, I'm Tony Stieritz, CEO of Catholic Charities Southwestern Ohio. Catholic Charities serves, enlightens, and empowers the vulnerable in our community through a wide array of professional services. These include food distributions, family and parenting education, and senior support services. In addition, rooted in the gospel call to welcome the stranger, Catholic Charities is also the leading provider of comprehensive immigration services in our region. We strive to provide wraparound support to migrants and refugees through our Su Casa Hispanic Center, Refugee Resettlement Program, Immigration Legal Team, bilingual mental health therapy, and Accuracy Now language services. We see ourselves at Catholic Charities as one community of solidarity comprised of clients, staff, volunteers, and supporters. Thank you for joining us in this work through your interest, your service, your contributions, and your prayers. It's critical that we see ourselves as being in this together, sharing in the hope that we can make life better for everyone, including our migrant brothers and sisters. I'd now like to introduce two of our great leaders whose teams here are serving and empowering immigrants every day. Annie Scheid, Director of Refugee Resettlement Services, and Giovanna Alvarez, Director of Su Casa Hispanic Center.
As an affiliate of the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops, Catholic Charities welcomes refugees escaping persecution, violence, and war in their homelands, empowering them to build new lives and become self-sufficient in a new and welcoming community. Since 1980, we have resettled thousands of refugees from all over the world right here in Cincinnati. This began in the early years with refugees from Vietnam to more recent arrivals from the Democratic Republic of Congo, Bhutan, Syria, Eritrea, and other countries, as well as special immigrant visa holders from Afghanistan. We greet newly arrived refugees at our Greater Cincinnati Airport, take them to their initial furnished housing, and then hit the ground running with our supportive services so that they will become financially self-sufficient within 90 days of arrival. Services include cultural orientation, connection to initial health screenings and healthcare services, school enrollment, youth mentoring, English as a second language classes, employment readiness classes, and job placement. We continue to be a resource for refugees through the first 5 years that they are here, when then they become eligible for U.S. citizenship. To learn more about our refugee resettlement program and the services we provide, visit our website page at ccswoh.org/programs/refugee-resettlement-services.
Su-Casa Hispanic Center is a program of Catholic Charities Southwestern Ohio and was founded in 1997. Su-Casa is the primary provider of social, case management, family reunification, educational, and health promotion services to the Hispanic Latino community and other vulnerable international populations in the greater Cincinnati area. Our mission is self-sufficiency for the poor and vulnerable newcomers to our region that are looking for a better way of life for themselves and their families. To serve our Hispanic Latino brothers and sisters locally, Su-Casa assists immigrants in increasing their own survival skills and self-fulfillment, provides programs and services according to their needs, assists immigrants who won't receive services from us to give back to others in need. This is all done through the services Su-Casa offers, which include emergency assistance, case management, family reunification, trafficking and victims assistance program, education services, health promotion outreach event and classes, and more. To learn more about our Su-Casa Hispanic Center and the services we provide, visit our Su-Casa website page at ccswoh.org/programs/Su-Casa Hispanic Center Services. To learn more about what Su-Casa's work in our community, please listen to the following story.
Yo tengo cáncer linfoma, llevo año y 10 meses enferma y buscábamos ayuda en diferentes lugares, pero no teníamos respuesta, porque mi esposo se la pasaba cuidándome a mí en el hospital y al momento que me dieron de alta yo no teníamos en dónde vivir. Una amiga me contó de que podía recibir cierto apoyo acá. Estamos esperando la posibilidad de un apartamento. Con la ayuda que he recibido de acá, del centro, es como un alivio, pues me quita ese cargo de pensar. Para fechas de diciembre, llegando la Navidad, recibimos apoyo, unas cositas de Navidad para mis hijos y donaciones de dinero también. Pues yo le daría las gracias porque Dios le ha puesto la mano en el corazón para poder ayudarnos a mí y a otras personas que lo han necesitado, y al recibir esa ayuda, ese apoyo, pues es una motivación más. Y es bonito que ellos apoyen a las personas como nosotros.
Again, you just saw some of the amazing work that Catholic Charities of Southwest Ohio is doing and what you're here raising money for. And now to continue, another live performance by Michael Jonathan.
Thank you, Sina, and especially thank you to Bobby Fisher and Steve and Greg and everybody here that's working so hard. I hope you'll all donate $5 or $10, whatever you can afford. Doesn't have to be a lot. You know, I was talking to Bobby a few minutes ago that Croatia, which used to be Yugoslavia, had this wonderful old saying 200 years ago that when if everybody in the world simply took care of their own homes, you wouldn't have to worry about the world anymore. In the 1960s, that became a bumper sticker that was think globally, act locally. And that's what Bobby and Steve and everybody's doing right now. They're trying to pay attention to the community within their reach, and you can help them. About 150 years ago, there was an artist roaming around Europe trying so hard as an artist to make a living, and he just couldn't do it. And other artists didn't like him, and gallery owners would never hang his paintings. He only sold one painting his entire life. But his life, his career is a testament to all the artists that you saw tonight that are donating their time, that are giving of their heart and their spirit. their passion, their music, to help something that they truly believe in. So I'm going to dedicate this to all those artists, to Bobby and Steve and everybody involved in helping their communities. When the stars of all creation shine down on mankind's eyes, and the strands of all things living spin a tapestry of night, and the hands of a healer shine down as golden light, to be hung from the skyline on a cold and lonely night. Starry, starry night, paint your palette blue and gray. Look out on a summer's day with eyes that know the darkness in my soul. Shadows on the hill, sketch the trees and daffodils, catch the breeze and winter chill in colors on the snowy linen land. Oh, now I understand what you tried to say to me, and how you struggled for your sanity, and how you tried to set them free. They would not listen, they did not know how. Perhaps they'll listen now. Starry, starry night, flaming flowers brightly blaze, swirling clouds in violet haze reflect in Vincent's eyes of china blue, and colors changing hue. Morning fields of amber grain, weathered faces lined in pain, are soothed beneath this artist's loving hand. Oh, now I understand what you tried to say to me, how you struggled for your sanity, and how you tried to set them free. They would not listen, they did not know how. Perhaps they'll listen now, for they could not love you, and still your love was true. And when no hope was left in sight, on that starry, starry night, you took your life as lovers often do. Oh, but I could told you, Vincent, this world was meant for none as beautiful as you. Starry, starry night, portraits hung in empty halls, frameless heads on nameless walls, with eyes that watch the world and can't forget those strangers that you've met. All the ragged men in ragged clothes, the silver thorns of bloody rose, lie crushed and broken on the virgin snow. And now I think I know what you tried to say to me, and how you struggled for your sanity, and how you tried to set them free. They would not listen, they're not listening still. Perhaps they never will.
to a close here, so we want to thank all of you tuning in tonight from across the country for Share the Journey 2020, a concert for compassion. There's just so much going on in the world, so we really thank you for, in spite of that, tuning in tonight and really opening your heart and donating to migrants, refugees, immigrants, crossing the border, just trying to attain a better life, and supporting organizations that are providing direct humanitarian aid to such an important cause and a very important plight that they're facing right now. We want to give a special thank you to Montoya's Mexican Restaurant for providing food here tonight for the crew here at Bellarmine Chapel at Xavier University, helping to put this on. And a thank you to all of the performers who have donated their time and their talent to this evening. And we're not just done yet. We've got about 30 to 40 singers who've come together to sing a couple of songs, One World and This Land Is Your Land. So we'll close out on that. And again, thank you so much for joining us here.
To take